far as digestive system goes, remember we do not count the nasopharynx as part of the digestive system.
If you eat through your nose.
But we do count the oropharynx between uvula and epiglottis as digestive. We do count the laryngopharynx between epiglottis and esophagus as digestive. So the oro and laryngopharynx served a double function, digestive and respiratory. So we have the oral cavity with the tongue within it. We have the hard palate. So there we have palatine process of the maxilla. There we have the palatine bone way back here. Soft palate and then the uvula here. Tongue within oral cavity. So food will be chewed, a lot of mechanical digestion taking place in the oral cavity, and plus the beginning of chemical digestion, mixing the saliva and the enzymes, etc. within it. Then we swallow, and the act is called deglutition into the oropharynx, laryngopharynx, and then down into the esophagus. So here we have the esophagus. And the esophagus, by the way, actually begins, about the first third of it is actually skeletal muscle. So we do have that going through control of that portion of the swallowing. The remaining two-thirds smooth muscle. Now, by the way, a cat's esophagus, all skeletal. I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, the dog's esophagus is all skeletal muscle. Have you ever seen a dog bolt food? Like they can go through a bowl of food in seconds.
You can kind of force it through.
My dog has
a dog
some
has
weird
skeletal
eating
muscle
disorder.
all the way down its esophagus. So it can bolt food straight on down into the stomach.
Okay.
So we still have that lag period of the slow peristalsis wave in the lower two-thirds of the esophagus into the stomach.
So what happens when food slows?
So remember I deleted upper esophageal sphincter because none of our models actually show that. The lower esophageal sphincter, you see this little thickened area of muscle right there and there? There and here, a little bit of muscle here, smooth muscle here and here. That's the lower esophageal sphincter, aka cardiac sphincter. So this portion of the stomach is the cardia or cardiac stomach. This rounded dome-like portion is the fundus of the stomach right here. Fundus region here. Let's see, the body of the stomach is this region between cardia and fundus. So the body of the stomach is essentially in here. The pylorus, or pyloric stomach, this angle, this is the lesser curvature, this is the greater curvature of the stomach. So you can really see the shift from body of stomach to pylorus of stomach at the lesser curvature. So this is the pylorus, or pyloric stomach here. These ripples are called rugae. Ruga, one fold, one ripple.
Are you gay? Are you gay?
There are no rugae. It stretches out.
R-U-G-A-E.
R-U-G-A-E.
Yeah, the R-U-G-A.
Then we come to the pyloric sphincter, another ring of smooth muscle. And by the way, all sphincters are muscular rings that contract inward. And they come in two forms, skeletal muscle sphincters and smooth muscle sphincters.
I like that word.
The lower esophageal or cardiac sphincter, the pyloric sphincter, they are smooth muscle sphincters. So is the upper esophageal, which this doesn't show. So this is the beginning of the small intestine. This is the beginning of the duodenum right here. So when food leaves the stomach, it enters the duodenum continued, or duodenum there. So we have three regions to the small intestine. Food first enters the duodenum, then the central region is the jejunum, the final portion is the ileum. So we see this is definitely ileum. It's hard to see the transition from duodenum to jejunum, and then from jejunum to ileum. But so this is definitely duodenum. This last part here is definitely ileum, I-L-E-U-M. Right there. And in the center would be the jejunum region. So 13 has to be jejunum right there, for example. So we have the ileum going to, this flap here is called the ileocecal valve, because we go from ileum, and this is the cecum, this little pouch right there, so ileocecal valve. Here's the cecum, dangling from the cecum is the appendix, or vermiform appendix. So, and this is large intestine. So from ileum to cecum, we are making a transition from small to large intestine. So all the gray is large intestine. So this would be the large intestine consists of cecum, appendix, ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon. This does not show the sigmoid, that S curve. This is too flat, the way we've got it on it. Does not show that S curve of the sigmoid colon. Then we have the rectum from the Latin for straight. Then finally, it should narrow more here. We would have the anal canal, the opening being the anus, right here. So we have an internal anal sphincter, which is not clearly shown. The external is out here, which is skeletal muscle. The external is distal to the internal. External anal sphincter, skeletal muscle, distal to the internal anal sphincter, which is smooth muscle. So the internal is controlled autonomically, the external is controlled consciously. Somatic, efferent neurons, to skeletal muscle, to nicotinic cholinergic receptors. Let's see, what else? This little ribbon you see running up here along the colon, cut into it right there, continuing down here in gray. It's the tinea coli, literally translated from the Latin as ribbon of the intestine, ribbon of the colon, tinea coli. The bulges here are called hostra. There's one bulge, hostrum, right there. And the hostra are created by contraction. So you've got the muscle tone maintained by the tinea coli strip of smooth muscle that results in these bulges, these hostra. So after death, what happens is you get relaxation of tinea coli, the large intestine lengthens. So you could actually potentially uncoil it and draw it out a good deal longer. In life, in an adult,